There are some big mysteries that may be answered in time, like what is the missing link, what cures cancer, and where is the Zodiac killer. But there is a vice versa, either because of a low chance of it happening again, time passing, or a lack of people who care. Those questions may never be answered, and sometimes it is scary to think about that. Here are the top 10 questions that may never be answered. Number 10 is where's the Ark of the Covenant? The Ark of the Covenant is a chest made of wood and gold. Despite your religious beliefs, this is a real object. I'm an atheist. It is said to have held Aaron's rod, the pot of manna, and 2 stone tablets of the 10 Commandments. There are theories on where the Ark is, like Mount Nebo, Ethiopia, Southern Africa, Chartres Cathedral, Rome, Ireland, Rennes La Tatua, and Tutankhamun's tomb. But it is still not very specific in some of those theories. Do you know how big Southern Africa is? Number 9 is who put Bella in the Witch Elm? In 1943, skeletal remains of a woman were discovered by 4 children in a witch elm. A witch elm is a species of tree with the widest range of all European elm species. The location was Hagley Hall, Worcestershire, England. It was suggested that they were thrown there in 1941. In 1944, someone who remains unidentified put graffiti on the Wickberry obelisk saying, "Who put Bella in the witch elm?" It is very likely that the killer or their accomplice was the one who made it. But who they are, what their motive was, and who was Bella, we may never know. Number 8 is who killed Tupac and the Notorious B.I.G. Tupac and the Notorious B.I.G. are legendary rappers because of their skilled lyricism and storytelling abilities. On my top 10 best rappers of all time list, I put Tupac on number 2 and Biggie on number 4. Both of these artists were murdered. Pac died in 1996 and Biggie died in 1997. There are many theories on who killed these guys and why they killed these artists. Was it beef? Were they killed for talking about the oppression of black people? Were they killed because they have controversial lyrics? Or were they killed for being hip-hop artists in general? Some think Diddy killed Tupac. Diddy was Biggie Small's producer. Look, the worst thing Diddy is a sellout, not a cold-blooded killer. No surprise, cops have taken the case the least seriously. Number 7 is the Spook Light. Since Native American times to the present in southwestern Missouri and northwestern Oklahoma, people have seen a ball of light. It would be in one spot, and then it would be in another spot a few moments after. And that is why it is called the Spook Light. No one denies that the Spook Light is real, but what it is the mystery. Someone said that it was a car headlight coming from a different road, but the experiment failed, and the Spook Light was seen before cars were ever invented. So some people think it's something supernatural. But there is no supernatural. There is only science. Number 6 is D.B. Cooper. This unidentified man hijacked a Boeing 727 aircraft. He got his ticket with the alias Dan Cooper. He got $200,000 in ransom. At this time, that would be $1,260,000. He entered the plane and gave a lady a note. She didn't open it until the man said, "Miss, you better look at that note. I have a bomb." He made his demands for money, 4 parachutes, and a fuel truck in Seattle to fill the aircraft up. After landing, his demands were met, and then he flew off with still 5 people aboard. He later took his stuff and then jumped out of the plane. The FBI started a manhunt, but the man, whose real name was never revealed, was never found. There are tons of theories on who he was, but there were never any answers. Number 5 is Roanoke. The first permanent English settlement in North America vanished into thin air. Sir Walter Raleigh tried in 2 attempts to find the over 100 people who disappeared. The colony was short on supplies, and they didn't get along with the Native Americans. So Richard Grenville went back to England to get supplies. When he came back 2 weeks later, he found the fortified settlement abandoned, and there was a stake wall with the word Croatoan carved in it. Number 4 is Silent Destruction. On January 27, 2018, on the shore of Lake Kennesaw in Washington, a strong force that was never detected by anyone knocked over 100 giant trees. What was the force, and how did it not get detected by anyone or by any machine? Number 3 is Jack the Ripper. One of the most infamous serial killers of all time has never been identified. They went by other names, like the White Capel Murderer and the Leather Apron. The amount of victims they had is unknown, and their murder spree went on from 1888 to 1891. They attacked female prostitutes, cutting their throats and removing their internal organs. He or she would send very creepy letters to the police stations. They were caught, but the identity was unknown. Number 2 is what is consciousness? Okay, so the definition of the word is it is awareness of internal or external existence. But what it really is at its core is very puzzling and controversial, even though there were centuries of studying it. It is so puzzling, some people don't even know where to start studying. Some people think that there are even different levels of consciousness. Number 1 is the Mary Celeste. The Mary Celeste was an American merchant brigantine that was launched on May 18, 1861. In the Atlantic Ocean of December 5, 1872, the ship was found, still seaworthy, but all the people on there, some navigation equipment, and a single lifeboat was missing. The cargo and personal belongings were still on the boat. Why did they abandon the ship? What could be so dangerous that the people left, but it left the ship in good condition? Do you have any theories on what happened? Please leave a comment. And if you say something like Tupac and Biggie are still alive with Elvis Presley and something about reptilian humanoids, I am slapping you.